Well, Rick, this is a somewhat disturbing story today.
But you know what? This is
from our
public service announcement.
From our file of love.
Yep. Public service.
My gracious.
A New Zealand woman was temporarily partially paralyzed by a hickey on her neck
Unbelievable.
from
My
from her lover.
Mm.
The 44-year-old woman
What's that?
You talking about on YouTube? I want to see that.
went to the emergency department of the Middlemore Hospital last year after experiencing loss of movement in her left arm.
Now that's a hickey. That's a hickey. That's a hickey.
Gracious. What, Mick Jagger?
But Steven Tyler get a hold of you.
There are so many.
Golly.
There's so many people who've just turned the volume up on the radio in various communities.
Right.
The hickey is she started having numbness in her arm.
Greg, I'm going to tell you what, that son of a gun was locked.
Doctors concluded that the woman had suffered a mild stroke,
Good grief.
but were puzzled about its cause until they found a small vertical bruise on her neck near a major artery, a hickey that she had received a few days
How does
earlier.
it get to that spot?
I'm
mean,
gonna tell you
can
what,
you not go,
you-
hey, Daddy's, hold on.
Daddy, you're killing me.
Right now, you think about, I mean, Speedy, just think of the people you put in danger alone in your life.
Let go.
You got to watch that major.
You talking about
he
a me
didn't hear
monster?
what
Is
you
that
said.
Rick?
He was trying-
Rick,
No,
you
I
talking
was
about a
trying to
me
move on,
monster?
Bubba.
Y'all, how about that for a bragging? I gave
Yeah.
a girl a hickey
It's
one
like
time.
you
It
on-
paralyzed her.
Yeah. It's like you on championship
that.
day. You remember when your mom got all mad at you? What?
Don't bring that up.
Because of the physical trauma, it made a bit of bruising inside the vessel. There was a clot in the artery underneath where the hickey was, according to doctors.
Dang
The
the
clot dislodged and traveled to the woman's heart,
Oh,
where
Nearly
it caused
killed her
a
with a
minor
hickey.
stroke that led to the loss of movement.
Good.
Killed her with a hickey.
gracious.
We have searched medical literature for an example of having a love bite causing something like this, and we cannot find any record of it happening before.
that son of a gun was locked on.
Dude, let me tell you.
The woman made close to a 100% recovery after being treated with blood thinners.
That's
For
all
a
right.
hickey.
Rick, hey,
Gosh,
this
pulling
guy
skin
has
off.
got some. He can suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Now you
You
know he could.
He has got some suction on him. You know it?
First off,
Wow.
Wait, but
You
I
know
mean,
what's so sad, though? They said, look, you didn't read the rest of it, Bubba. It said even though she insisted to the entire medical team she'd burned her neck with a curling iron.
And it smelled like toothpaste where she was covered.
she was 44. She was 44 years old. 44?
44, you got hickeys on your main artery?
y'all.
Curling iron. I just keep burning myself with them. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, what's this bottle? I burned myself with a curling iron. What?
Why is it? It's a
You-
bruise.
Now let me give you a funny story, and this
That's
just
something
happened
with
in the last
sucking.
few weeks. When we were in Arizona, my wife was getting ready.
You
for
got a hickey?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, because we were all staying in the same room. But we're getting ready to go to the game. My wife's in there fixing her hair, and she says, "Oh my gosh!" And I said, "Well," she goes, "I have just burned myself good
With a curling
with a curling iron." And I said, and she starts going, "Well, look, I got this." I said, "No, we ain't gonna cover it up. Let's walk around with pride."
With your hickey.
And she was like, "Are you?"
She took her hair and
And I'm
started
talking about
moving it
she
around.
burned it good too.
I tell you, since we've said this, our two interns appear to be in a little panic. So
Yep.
I noticed they're kind of.
Well, Bubba, listen, man, no one ever. I tell you what, the entire community of
Found her
Alexandria is gripped in fear.
They may sound the EBS alarm
Ain't
there.
nothing like
A lot of y'all don't get that, but that's in a
That's
county.
a good one.
EAS now. I
There,
guess.
there's a certain form
That's the
to
county
it.
we
I
grew
mean,
up in.
You know, if you don't
Yeah.
know what you're doing, I mean, you could.
I don't mean
cause
to be. And
damage.
I've
I didn't
brought,
know it was dangerous.
Rick, I've brought this up on the air before, but
Gotta get that tongue working.
you know, adults with big giant hickeys is funny enough.
Yeah.
But when there's a 9-month pregnant woman with a big hickey, and I've seen it,
Oh,
that's just something about that has a whole new
yeah.
twist to
And
it.
flip flop.
But here's-
Yes, and with just a big hickey.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing.
I mean,
here's the thing, and I'm gonna handle this with kid gloves and cut Speedy's mic off and
I
Greg's
think so.
mic off. But let me say this as I put them in mic timeout again. But here's the things, Bubba. Look, here's the whole issue, and you know where I'm going. You know, how can I handle this? When you are with your husband or wife,
Yes.
and you are romantically
Enjoying the fruits thereof.
kissing and making out a little bit, okay? And, and you go for the I think I'll kiss you on the neck.
Mm-hmm.
The joy that is received from kissing each other on the neck is to me enough. I don't understand why we had to take it to the point that we lock on you, begin to pull.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, the joy is the nibbling. You don't have to suck on me, on my neck. You know what I mean?
Rick, I think it probably goes back to something that we have learned from the animal community. It's kind of a marking your territory. Yeah.
Marking your territory. You're right.
And,
there's
probably,
no way I turn your mic on or yours. No way.
I think that would probably fall into younger days, not as wise, and just trying to, be wild and crazy.
Well, 44.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's why I said this
right.
doesn't.
It makes no sense.
Is it
But
like a deer making a scrape?
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? We look around and we see grown people with these hickeys, and I have to ask the question. In the days when you were like, okay, you get to kiss somebody, that's it. You go, okay, I got to do something to make.
I got to push the envelope.
When you're married, I just don't see a need for hickeys. Because to me, the part that can be fun between husband and wife really doesn't include going to the point of marking it.
You're right. Right.
Who made the first hickey? You know what I mean?
Right.
Somebody
Rick, really, and as this story shows, we're going to the point
Wow.
of I appreciate you so much, and I want to show you that so much. I'd like for you to internally bleed.
Right.
And I just don't know.
Yeah, there's no need to lock on me to the point that I could have a blood clot.
Right.
Yeah, I'm actually sucking blood to the surface of the skin real hard because I love you so much.
Yeah, I love you that much.
Remember the first time you felt that? You're like, hey, now.
Now, when you're a kid,
That hurt.
Well, I say kid. You walked around, you thought you was cool with one, and then you could point out ones that you would give. That's different. But as you're a grown up, I mean, what's up with you?
You're pointing out ones you
There
give.
goes that. Nothing's mine. All right, she's pulling her hair around it, but nah.
Don't buy that curling iron story for a minute.
She's got your leather jacket on.
You smell like Crest toothpaste.
Yeah,
That's supposed to make it
and
go
also they became. I think it became things that people passed on. I believe the first person did it and thought it was, why did I do that? And then told somebody, said, well, I think I'll try it. And then before you knew, you're like, I didn't ever understand. I think it was marking. I think it was a thing of.
Yeah, I
You
just
know,
think
Well, I
you're
think it was
trying
some
to push
marking
the
and a
envelope.
tell you
touch
what,
of getting carried away.
I tell you what it was as a handle.
Watch out.
Michelle says her parents still give each other hickeys. Michelle! Your parents, Michelle?
Yes.
Michelle.
You're
You are not telling the truth.
It was my dad and stepmother, and they had 5 children, and my dad already had 2 children, so that was 7 for him.
Wow. He got
And
a lot
I
of
came
hickeys.
home from a date one night, and my dad goes, "Son, let me teach you how to give a hickey."
And he grabbed you. Come on now.
So he was teaching it?
Here's how you do it. Come here. Grab it.
Your dad was teaching it?
He was teaching my date how to give a proper hickey.
You know what? That's classy. Did
Son,
you?
before you take my daughter, let me show you how to bruise her up.
Let me ask you this, Michelle. Did you immediately send that to Jeff Foxworthy so he could have it?
Yeah.
No, because I don't believe Jeff.
Red Bay checking in. Chris, 30 seconds. Go right ahead.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
We're doing outstanding, man.
Well, I just got a question for you guys. I'm getting married in April 16th, and I would just want to ask you 4 around there, you, Bubba, Speedy, and Greg, how have y'all stayed together with your wives for so long, and and how do you make a happy marriage?
All right, Greg, we'll start with you.
I didn't hear the question. No, I really
Well,
didn't.
I mean,
wasn't
we
listening.
don't
I
have
wasn't
enough
listening.
time in the phone troll to answer that.
He said he wanted to know what the key to your happy marriage has been.
Well, does Greg need to skip and go the next?
Greg?
Did the buzzer go off? Is this a phone throw?
Speedy? He said he wanted all 4 of us.
I hadn't heard a timeout.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
I mean-
think the buzzer went off. Doggone it, I was going to get to it.
I mean, at our house, but I'll be honest with you too. I mean, I look at you and Bubba as kind of like big brothers. I've been
Sure.
with y'all for so long.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all were early in our marriage. Y'all were great examples of how you should treat your wife and how you should love her more than you do yourself. And it's tough. It's hard. But that's what God commands, and that's what I've tried to do. And Terry is a great mother and a great wife, and so I just try to make her happy, and she's always right. And,
So yours is if mom ain't happy, nobody's happy?
there's a
Is that your
touch of that. There's a touch of that, and but too, Terry. The good thing about Terry and I is if we ever have an argument, it doesn't linger. It's gone. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. It doesn't linger. I mean, how sometimes I know, like with Greg, he'll tell a story. No, I'm kidding. About how there'll
Look,
be
I'm over here doing something. I wasn't
an
even
argument will linger. But
You working, Greg?
We'll just
Yeah, I
get it.
wasn't
We'll
even
get it
looking.
out of the way and move on. So
Bubba, what's been the key to yours?
Rick, we don't have enough time to answer that question properly.
Mine's real simple.
It would be to give the
Good answer.
complete spiritual part of it would take the whole segment. But I'll say this on the abbreviated part. I think you have to commit going in that it is not an option to quit.
That's right. It's very simple. To me, the key to a strong marriage is a one-step program, and that one step's Christ. I don't love my wife enough to be the man that I'm supposed to be, but I love Christ enough to be the man I'm supposed to be. And my wife loves Christ enough. If you find somebody that looks to you to the key to their happiness, or you looking to them as key to your happiness, you're in a lot of trouble. You better look to something much higher than that and be looking for peace, joy, and hope, which is only found in Christ. And you look and they have this weird concept. It says, husbands, serve your wives and love them like I love the church, which means he gave his life up for them. And then it says, wives, respect your husband. It doesn't say wives, love your husband, because men interpret love by respect. When a man says, I don't think my wife loves me, you know what he really means? I don't think my wife respects me. And so if you get this circle going where you love your wife like Christ loved the church, she respects you as the Bible tells her to as the spiritual leader and the leader of the home. It's so weird. Let's see, I'm serving her, she's respecting me. Look at here, and then here goes and it doesn't, like Bubba said, it doesn't mean you never have a problem. It just means that problem doesn't destroy you.